This is a year when many exciting titles are coming to the Nintendo Switch. If you scratch the surface, you discover a variety of games that can appeal to many people. In this video, I check out major games slated for release this year. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, it helps a lot. Okay, let's start. Megaman Battle Network is a different but exciting departure from the traditional Mega Man games we have all come to love. Unlike the two-dimensional games, this is a game series focused on tactical role-playing. You fight in grid-based battles with the goal of eliminating your enemies, but the game is much more than that. You can travel around the world map where you can buy useful items and interact with other characters. It's no wonder that these games have gained a large fanbase over time. Capcom has managed to create a game series that takes the RPG genre in a new exciting direction. The combination of futuristic elements, a popular superhero and turn-based action is an appreciated mix that is liked by many. With this huge collection of games, you get value for your money. Capcom has been generous and created an edition that includes a total of 6 titles from the series, and if you want to experience Mega Man in a different way, then these games are worth checking out. Next up is Digimon World Next Order. If you want to play a game where you have to raise and take care of imaginative creatures, then you have found the right game, but this game is much more than that. Digimon takes place in a world full of chaos, and your mission is to restore order. This is the 6th Digimon game in the series, and it's another upgraded version. It was released for the PlayStation Vita in 2016, and I'm starting to see a pattern. Many of the big titles released this year are re-releases of games that already exist, but many gamers can enjoy a re-released game if it turns out to be entertaining, and Digimon World is a game to keep an eye on. In this renewed version, the beginner's mode is implemented, which serves as a good start for new players. Digimon World was generally well received when it was released, so it's no surprise that it's now coming to the Nintendo Switch. In this three-dimensional open world game, you have to take care of your companions, make them grow and see how they become stronger as time goes by. It is a game that also revolves around finding and collecting different Digimons. There are more than 200 to be found, so if you want to find them all, then you have to spend some time on it. Digimon World Next Order is released on February 22nd. Then we have SpongeBob SquarePants, the Cosmic Shake. Basically, you can believe that it's a game aimed at the youngest, but the fact is that it's rated for everyone who is 10 years and older. SpongeBob is a game series that has established itself on the Nintendo Switch and is appreciated for its quirky characters and light-hearted humor. The combination of three-dimensional platforming and the ability to unlock new features is a concept that appeals to many. It is easy to grasp. You don't always want to be a deadly ninja or a sword-wielding warrior. Sometimes you just want to be a sponge, and in this game you have to help your hero through 7 different worlds, an adventure that can appeal to many gamers. SpongeBob SquarePants The Cosmic Shake is released on January 31st. Next up is The Legend of Heroes Trails into Reverie. This is an epic story-driven RPG that has built a large fan base due to its popular predecessors. In this edition you can play more than 50 different characters, which underlines the scope of the game. It is big. However, it's not a new game. It was released in Japan back in 2020, but now fans worldwide will be able to play the game because of the English translation. However, we will have to wait a while before it's released in the West. It is planned to arrive this summer. Then we have a bundle consisting of Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden. Apparently, developer Atlus has realized the value of these products as it's available on a multitude of different consoles. You can find these games for PlayStation, Xbox, PC and now also for Nintendo Switch. The price for these games are set to $40. Persona 3 was released back in 2006 and received a major upgrade in 2012, which meant that you could play as a female protagonist as well as being able to choose new difficulty levels. The version released for Nintendo Switch will have newly remastered graphics and gameplay improvements. Persona 4 Golden is a port of the same game that was released for PS Vita in 2012, but now we get the chance to play the game on Nintendo Switch. In Persona 4 Golden, you explore dungeons and fight against monsters' shadows. You also get to experience an engaging story with memorable characters. The game contains improved graphics, a quick save function, and just like in Persona 3, the ability to choose the difficulty level. Persona 4 Golden is a game that requires a lot of time. You have many hours ahead of you if you want to get through the whole game, so you get a lot of content for your money. That is, if you like these types of games. Next up is Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life, a remake. For all those who like cozy games, you can expect a quiet and cute farming game where all characters have big Disney eyes and a smile on their face. I myself have played Stardew Valley until the breaking point, so it would be fun to have a game that is in the same genre, but offers something different. At least this is a three-dimensional experience, so there's a big difference right there. In addition to working on your farm, you can look for treasures, fish, or hang out with your pals. This remake contains many new features, so it may be interesting to see what this game has to offer when it's released. A game for the whole family, without a doubt. Story of Seasons: A Wonderful Life is expected to be released this summer. Settlers is coming to the Nintendo Switch. On February 17th, it is supposed to land in Nintendo's eShop. The game was supposed to be released for PC as early as 2022, but due to negative feedback, the decision was made to change the release date to this year. What also makes me wonder is how this game will look on the Nintendo Switch. Question marks are raised about how the game will flow, because basically this feels like a demanding game, and I really hope we don't get a pale watered down copy, but rather a playable version. Judging by the pictures, it almost feels too good to be true. Settlers is a very popular game series, regardless of whether you play the board games or the digital games, so if we will get a well-functioning version for the Nintendo Switch, I think many fans will be happy. In this edition you can choose between 3 different factions and explore a large world. It will be interesting to see if the Switch is able to run this game properly. Then we have a game with a long title, Atelier Ryza 3, Alchemist of the End and the Secret Key. This is said to be the biggest game in the series, and judging by the images, this looks to be a grand adventure game. Open world games are often interesting because there are so many places to explore and things to find. In this game you have to use keys. They are an important parameter in the game and are used to unlock new areas, but are also needed when fighting monsters. Since this is the 3rd game in the series, I can recommend checking out the previous 2 games. They have both received relatively positive reviews and serve as a good foundation for the 3rd game. For those who are interested, Atelier Ryza 3 will be released on February 24th. Next up is Hollow Knight's Silksong. This is a sequel that many fans of the series have been looking forward to. The original game received positive reviews where big words like masterpiece were used, and this year sees the release of the next adventure aimed at all those who like a unique Metroidvania. Today, the Metroidvania genre is filled to the brim with good titles, and it will be exciting to see what Team Cherry has come up with this time. Those familiar with Hollow Knight will recognize themselves in this sequel, where speed, combat and platforming form the basis of the game. Hollow Knight Silksong is scheduled to be released on June 12th this year. Next up is Tales of Symphonia Remastered. This game was first released to GameCube almost 20 years ago. Now comes a remastered version of the same game. It looks promising because the game is known to be well balanced, has a good story and a satisfying combat system. The game structure revolves around 3 main areas: dungeons, towns and the open world. For those who like action RPGs, it might be worth checking out. However, there is a risk that older fans will be disappointed. Of course, it should contain some improvements such as upgraded graphics and better control, but as far as I know, don't expect new stories or new areas to discover. From these perspectives, it's the same old game, but at its core, it's still an entertaining RPG that many people can enjoy. Okay, that's 10 interesting games that will be released in 2023. If you think I missed any game, please mention it in the comment section, or check out my other video of big games coming out this year. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. I make new videos every week, everything related to Nintendo Switch. Have a good day. See ya!